Right guys, so you've seen Kraken, you've seen Bitrex. Now I'm going to introduce you to another exchange which has an even wider variety of cryptos, in particular altcoins. And this exchange is called Bitfenex. And funnily enough, is actually one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. What makes Bitfenex so great is it is mostly catered around cryptocurrency deposits and withdrawals. Now you can use USD for all of the US clients and customers out there, for all of you guys in the US out there. However, it is best to stick to crypto for Bitfenex, and the reason being is the speed of use. So that is for deposits and withdrawals. It's just a lot quicker to get the job done, and that's the main purpose of Bitfenex essentially, and that is to get the cryptos in, buy whatever you need to buy, and get them out as fast as possible. What I do also like about Bitfenex, and what really stands out for me, is the multi-wallet system. So we've gone through wallets already, so you know there can be several wallets on an exchange. However, with Kraken, when you create several wallets, they're all for the same purpose. Bitfenex has 3 wallets for 3 different reasons, and we'll cover that in the next video. But for now, we'll navigate the homepage and show you how to get started up as soon as possible. So the minute you start up, you will of course have your security settings, your account settings. This will all need to be done. Now, as you can see, I've immediately set up 2-factor authentication once again. Now, if you want to do this, you very simply go to the settings here, your little icon, click on security, and scroll down to 2-factor authentication. Now, you have other options here, which are other kinds of 2-factor and 2nd factor. However, we want to stick with the Google Authenticator. It's what we've been using throughout the course. We might as well stick to the same principles. So you can see that everything I possibly do on here that requires some kind of authority is backed up with 2-factor. So that's logins, withdrawals, password changes, API keys, security settings, and of course sensitive account settings. Now the way you do this is you simply replicate exactly what we've done on Kraken. So that means this will be disabled. You then enable it. From there, it immediately gives you a QR code. All you do is simply scan this on the Google Authenticator app, and just like we done on Kraken, this will immediately set up all of them for you. From there, you can adjust these yourself. However, I do recommend keeping every single activity covered. You can adjust your session settings. You do not need to touch this at all. The one thing I would change is keeping the session alive. I'm going to actually switch this off myself. And the reason being is, if you're away from your computer, you lose your laptop, your computer gets stolen, this session could still be logged in when someone retrieves the internet. So once they gain internet access, they can access your holdings in your account. Simply switch this off. Every 10 minutes you'll have to re-log in, which can be a bit of an issue, but you'd rather that than lose thousands and thousands of potentially your crypto holdings. So don't really change anything else on here. You can do IP address change, it will detect a change, and all it will do is immediately invalidate all of your sessions should someone else try and log in from a different IP address. Now we go down to verification. Now you may notice I actually have not verified myself, and the reason being is because if you want to use US dollars, then you have to be verified. Seeing as I don't need US dollars, I don't need fiat currencies, as I already do this through Kraken or Coinbase, as you already know. So all I would suggest is, if you're from the US, get yourself verified if you need to use US dollars urgently. If not, keep Bitfenex for cryptos, guys. I highly recommend it. So moving back to the homepage, you may notice it gets a little overwhelming the minute you get onto the homepage. Now, this is how I'm going to break this down for you. On the left hand side, it will always come up with Bitcoin first. Of course, this is the leader of the cryptocurrency market. Monitoring Bitcoin's activity is an essential weapon in our toolbox. So if we go down, we have the rest of the altcoins available here. Now the reason I actually used Bitfenex in the first place was to actually purchase some IOTA. And the reason being is there's no other exchange that does IOTA currently. So it's an easy excuse for me to get used to the platform and start trading IOTA. If you go down, you'll notice a few more cryptos you didn't see on the previous exchanges. For example, SAN, ETP and EDO. Now I'm going to show you how to use these. So let's go to IOTA for my personal example. Now you'll notice straight away, if we go to the funding tab, you do not get a chart that pops up. And that is because there's no trading purpose for being on this tab. The funding tab is to simply manage your holdings and potentially move them back and forth to different accounts. So if I click on the trading tab for IOTA, you will notice a chart comes up immediately, and you may recognize this chart, and that's because it's powered by TradingView. This makes it so convenient to not only trade, but actually to find correct entries and monitor your cryptocurrencies right from the comfort of your exchange. No need to swap between pages, have several tabs up at one time. All you're doing is controlling everything cryptocurrency related in one simple platform. I'll show you how convenient this actually is. Now if I was to buy IOTA in USD, I'll first of all go to USD for this certain crypto. Again, most cryptos will only have BTC and Ether, however some will also have USD available. This is why I suggest sticking to cryptos only. So in this case we will use USD, however please stick to crypto if possible. So what you can do is, you can now change this to market order. As you know from Kraken, we want the best market price possible. Now, you want to choose how much USD you can spend to get IOTA. So I want to buy 300 IOTA. It's going to cost me just under $120. Now I do not have the funds in my account. An error will show up. However, if you press buy, it will simply clear in seconds. If you go to exchange sell, it will sell in seconds. So if the money is there guys, you can easily transact your money back and forth. So if the funds are available in your account, this will easily clear in seconds, and the crypto will be available in your account here, which I will cover in the next lesson. So for now, let's go down. This will be purely for margin, and as you can see here, there is a margin tab. Now you may notice there's also a margin wallet, so we cannot trade until the funds are in a certain margin wallet. And the reason being is when you have the funds in the margin wallet, it allocates your money and takes a certain percentage aside as a deposit to leverage your purchase to then use margin. However, scrolling down, you will notice just like Bitfenex, there's also an active order book which merges the buy and sell wall into the background. Again, another great feature that's very convenient for you to analyze whilst checking the charts and placing an order. So it gives you a good market bias on what's currently going on. And as we can see right now, the buy orders are completely obliterating the sell wall. So the buy wall is getting larger, the sell wall is getting smaller. This tells us if we go up, there could potentially be a nice rise coming very soon. And again, just like the actual trading view, you can right click, you can change your features, you can change the colors, you can add indicators, you can even put the technical analysis purely from this chart alone. So guys, that's essentially it for Bitfenex. You can tell it's not much different to the others, however due to everything being merged in one platform on one page, it can get overwhelming. Spend a few hours on this also, practice watching your cryptos move up and down. Look at the buy and sell wall and really get a feel for this exchange, as I have a feeling it may become one of your favourite, especially for purely cryptocurrency use. See you in the next lesson where we cover funding and how to move money between your Bitfenex accounts.